What is Web 3.0? Can you talk more about that? I think some people want to also understand that.
Oh God, this is a big Web 2.0. Okay, everything is centralized, meaning that Facebook is basically have a central party running Facebook, and you are just a consumer. You don't have any, whatever they want to do with your data and etc. It's up to Facebook to do it. But Web 3.0, you have ownership of the entire thing too. So you own part of the back end, meaning everything is one is decentralized. That's one of the core qualities of Web 3.0. But the other decentralized meaning that you know meaning anybody can join this network and become a server on a network. By that, oh God, I don't want to use too much terminologies, you know, and I want to boil this down. And the way I could put it down is this: it's like, okay, I found it. Nigeria is a good example in the sense that Nigeria is a good example in the sense that we have the federal government in which controls every other the whole country, basically governs everything. So that actually, and that's part of the thing that led to the toxicity of the nation in general. That led to a lot of some of the problems that we have in the problem. And that would have been the old system called Web 2.0. Facebook is the central government. Instagram, that is, part of it, that's the central government right there. Because we're living sort of like in a technocracy, in a technocratic society right now. Tech people are getting more power than the politicians, to be honest. And if that be the case, you really don't want to repeat the same type of things that you did in the physical world with the political government, with the politicians, also with the tech people. It could be worse in that case because these people are getting directly into your mind. Because we get addicted to technology and based on the way they engineer it and the psychology engineering behind the technology, they have influence. But in order for you to stop some of these things from happening, you need to decentralize the power. For example, back to Nigeria situation, ensure that not only federal government have power at all, but instead the state government and the local government too, there is a power that's managed by everybody and also all deep down to the family. Having and everybody has their own, everybody have their own say. And based on what you agree, voting system, then things can work together. And in Web 3.0, the voting system would be the likes of proof of stake to prove that something is true, or proof of history, or there's proof of stake, the proof of history. I can't remember the last one, but now, what am I trying to get at here? And that helps with security. That helps with ensuring that there is less corruption within the system, and you can trust the system better. You can trust that your data is not being used against you. You can trust that um, um, and this is actually even best for when it comes to financial systems, banks. Because when it comes to banks, it's just an agreement that okay, money. When it comes to cash, we agreeing that this certain amount of value within society. But if you're agreeing on that, and all of this power of controlling money, which is affect people's daily life, is actually controlled by a central party, then you cannot trust that this central party is not using these things against you. It's not. You cannot trust that this central party are not engineering some structures or some things in place that you may not see it, but they're using it to gain more power, more money against you, and etc. But with a decentralized system, everybody see what is going on. Everybody can become a bank that have access to what is going on inside the bank. And that is one of the main, for me, advantage of Web 3.0. And
Oh, right. Thank you so much for that.
it's
Certainly, we are going to come to that next time. Now, briefly, I want you to, in a few seconds, tell people how they can connect with you, how they can benefit from your service. Briefly, yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
um, I think I've described how they could benefit from the service. If like just come in, if you're looking to upskill into technology. If you're so we have the service for 14 plus, 16 plus, and 25 plus when it comes to Dream Tours. For 14 plus, meaning that you have a kid that is going to that need extra tuition into technology, into science, technology, engineering, mathematics. If you're in Nigeria that is trying to prepare your kid to be able to study in UCAS, meaning study in European university. We have full experience for that. That will guide your that will give extra tuition to sit A levels exams, O levels exams, pass get good grades in WIEC. So we have a set of teachers for that. And if you're in your 18 plus, that is trying to get extra tuition. Again, I'm looking real, as the mind behind this. Everything that I'm being guided about around is how can we support as a teacher. How can I empower and build Einsteins? If you look at the goal is actually to be an army of Einsteins. Full stop. I'm going to be honest with you. We want to build an army of like super smart people. Full stop. In tech, STEM. I know that that's arrogant for me to say. Please pardon me. And we have the 18 plus, and if you need extra tuitions in physics, mathematics, in tech and sciences, sciences, engineering, mathematics, and in STEM, we have the set of agents, that take care of that from a gamified perspective too. So if your kid is looking to build tech, to learn some tech, to start to build games, because games is actually a really good way to motivate kids into tech, because they're playing. Kids will play game on autopilot. You don't need to force them. You literally do not need to force kids to play game. So why can't we then, why can't we then start to use what they would do or even pay for? This is it. Many kids will take out of their own lunch money, starve themselves to play game, but they will not do the same thing to buy books. So that, yeah, if you have a kid that is looking to, if you have a kid in which that is looking into gaming, we can start making this kid more productive and even get higher grades in schools in general through gamification, through using game and teaching him or her how to build games, and using that to teach the person mathematics, physics, engineering, and sciences in general. So that's for 14 plus, 18 plus. But similarly for this 25 plus, meaning for professionals, some of the people that we have actually right now are professionals, like they upskilling. We have more professionals than we have the students, to be honest with you, and are upskilling into technology because they understand how the technology market is growing, especially the life of data science, AI, artificial intelligence, and how they're applying in financials. Some of the people we have right now, we don't have a lot of people, I have to be honest, but some of the people are from banks. They currently work in a bank and they're trying to come into technology. And we're upskilling them into technology. And a good example is someone that studied physics at university and is now around 45. He studied physics at university and has been working in the banking industry, banking and finance industry for over 10 years. And now that data science and tech is coming up, is emerging. He's like really excited. Why? He said he's not moving from sciences, from physics. People in the wrong industry, and they're not happy in that industry, especially those people who studied STEM in school, but when they graduate, because there is not a lot of jobs, especially in Africa, for people in STEM back then. So they're moving to things like financing, politics, and things that they're not really happy doing, but they just do because they need to make ends meet. That now that we have tech coming up, it is time for these people. It's okay for these people. It doesn't matter what age to come back into this because there's opportunity for everyone. So there's some of the people we have, they're literally in their 30s, 45s in banking industry that they're now really excited coming back into their passion. There are people that love physics, but they left physics for banking, and now it's coming back into data science because now they can do physics every day and make money from doing physics and mathematics and all of it without, usually it used to be if you study physics and mathematics and those sort of things, people think you're just going to end up becoming a teacher, especially in these countries. But now there is opportunity if you study these things, and it's okay for you to move back into it now because there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of finance money in it.
All right.
All right.
So, what will be your final statement in just 2 or 3 seconds?
And just I've been talking a lot. My final statement, yeah, I'm literally just trying to sell. That's not my final statement. I'm just kidding. I don't have any, the world is your oyster, but the community moving together and putting people first and being a good spirit for me, is something to aspire to be for everybody, not just for myself. But yes.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate the time.